American scene is made up of not only people of all colors and ethnicities, but women.
Men, in many instances, are threatened by women coming into their space and what they perceive as their domain.
Do we discriminate against ourselves?
I don't know if you guys are familiar with the queen bee syndrome.
Oh, yes.
From psychology, and that is, women rising to the top and keeping the other women down, and we just need to get rid of that.
Don't let that fear send you running back to the comfort of what you know how to do so well, which is to be my mother.
50 is, really, you can go back to school, you can master anything it is that's put on your heart to do.
Older women is just as interesting, and actually more interesting than the younger.
I had people telling me, well, you're over 35, nobody wants you.
We have so much to give, and with that age comes incredible wisdom.
Yes, it does.
People prejudge by what your age is, and they say, oh, well, she's so-and-so age, she must look like this. And you walk in there and you don't look like that if they give you that chance.
We're business women. We are decision makers. It's wonderful to be a mother. Don't get me wrong, but we're not just mothers.
They'll skew the work in such a way that you will look like you are not performing. And they'll be able to stand before everybody in the company and say, she's not performing. I had that happen to me.
We are almost dared to grow old. And here, the women are the mothers. Let's work on these issues.
I think sexuality begins with ourselves, appreciating ourselves every day instead of looking for wrinkles.
There was always something that kept me down or depressed or something negative. I started freeing myself from things like that.
Would I trade my youth for the knowledge and the wisdom and the power that I have today? I don't think so.
My name is Jerry Velasco, and we are here in the new Ricardo Montalban Theater, the new home of the organizations Nosotros and the Ricardo Montalban Foundation. Even though we're going through renovation, we continue to host many productions as the one that we're hosting today. The guest is someone very special and well known. Stay with us. You'll be glad you did.
Well, today we have with us the infamous Iona Morris.
Infamous.
Iona Morris is an actress, writer, producer, director, author, orator, and she loves to cook. And on top of all of that, she is the daughter of the late, great, handsome Greg Morris from Mission Impossible and her handsome brother, Phil Morris. How would you characterize the way women are viewed by society and this industry when it comes to their vocation, their sexuality, just the overall picture?
Well, I am over 40, so I should say that. So I am there.
I wouldn't believe it.
Yes, thank you. That's good, Raza. I think that women get better as we get older. I think people get better as we get older. You're on this planet. You can only learn, no matter how mature you say, I'm very mature at 30 or at 18 or 19, you can only learn so much because you only have so much time you've been here to experience life. So as you get older, you gain more information. It rounds you out. You learn more about who you are as an individual. And there is value on how much time you've been on the planet. And what I find is that there is this whole thing about younger is better. That is not true. Younger, you may have more energy. Your brain power actually may be stronger because more of your brain cells haven't died off yet. But as you get older, the richness in your life, the experiences you have that you can learn to share with others, even in the individual of who you are. When I see shows with all these kids on them and adult people, they feature the children. Children learn from adults. They don't learn about life from each other. They share experiences, but they don't learn about life. We have got to find a balance where we as adult people start to praise, support what we have learned as, in our ages. There's such disrespect I see from the young of older people. Where if we all live long enough, you're going to become old. Women are very powerful.
Yes, we are.
We are from the earth. We have a lot of insight into things that men just don't have because we're just born with that.
Yes.
I think as women, what we need to do is to acknowledge that strength, to appreciate that power, and to make it safe for men to be around us. Oftentimes we use it as a weapon. And sometimes we try and pretend it doesn't exist, and then that gives us even less. When you don't own your power, you do become powerless. Women are very sexy, beautiful creatures. I want to get back to that. Men, all right, let's be real here. Men talk about sex. Women say they always want to do this. Women think about sex far more than men.
Okay.
Women are hotter far more than men. And every woman needs to get over it and admit it. Admit that.
I admit it.
It's the truth. It's the truth. Young and old. Your little producer over there, I hope she's taking notes. But we are. And once we come into our power as sexual, vibrant beings,
Yes.
we also carry the spirit of the world.
Yes.
Women will be in a much better place. We need to stop looking toward men to get our validation.
Absolutely.
And I do. I stay in shape, and I like to be slim. I
And
like
you look
men.
good,
Thank
girl.
you. I like men looking at me. But let's be real here.
They do.
A man is going to go for the woman who affects his mind, his heart, his soul, his spirit.
So, Carmen, it's so good to see you today. You look beautiful.
Right, thank you, and thank you for having me on your show. I really appreciate it. That's sweet.
Listen. There was just no way we were going to do this without you.
Okay.
I love your tape, Amor. As a singer, do you come across women who are over 50, who are singers, that are made to look at themselves in a positive factor, or that they might feel a little bit insecure?
Well, yeah, there's always somebody who is insecure. I mean, all of us are in one way or another,
Right,
but we
right.
seem to just plow through it and not be. But yes, there's a lot we can do. I mean, we don't have to just sit there and wait for whatever. Let's make it happen. I really feel that
Well,
way.
that's true. Yeah. And do you feel, though, at that age, that it adds to the maturity?
Oh yeah, you know a lot more. It's just that back in the days of when you were 30, you couldn't be in the movies anymore.
Right.
But they wanted somebody who looked 15, who had the 30s mentality and experience. And you can't get that. So they got smart and they made the Golden Girls, I guess. As far as this medium is concerned, it has really grown a lot, because now they don't just have the 17 to 27-year-old with the, let's say, a Harry Grant-looking guy who's in his 50s or 60s. Now they're bringing women with experience and with a little bit of lines, you know.
Yeah.
I really think it's getting a lot better. It's getting a lot better. And then, let's say a grandma of the days of my grandmother
Yes.
didn't look like I look, and I'm a grandma 7 times over.
Are you?
They don't
You don't
they don't
look
look
like-
like me. At least I don't remember I looked as old as my grandma.
You don't look like me.
But it's different now. It's different now, and I think they're accepting that.
pH is still over 9. Pilar, how many fingers do I have?
No veo nada.
Los pollitos dicen pío, pío, pío.
Do you think the blindness is
cuando
temporary?
tienen
I've seen alkali keratitis go both ways, but this doesn't look good.
el maíz y el trigo
How's Grandma?
para dar comida,
She needs an immobilizer for a knee, otherwise she's fine.
abrigo.
What a difference height makes, huh? Why would anyone put their kid in the front seats?
She begged me to. She's my only grandchild. I just wanted to make her happy.
Carmen, at this stage of your life, is there anything you would do differently than before?
Well, I don't think I would have done anything differently. I was married for 40 years to this wonderful man that supported everything that I did and thought and acted. He was in every single play when I did the Globe. He was in every single night of the performance. He helped me produce this. We started this Telemundo Records, in which the record that is shown here. And we started that because we wanted the songs to be done the way they were written. They wanted to be jazz, they wanted to be salsa, they wanted to be this. And so then we said, you know what, let's start our own company. And that's why we started a company. He was very supportive. And he helped me a lot in my career. Now, when I was raising 4 children, I chose not to travel. I chose not to do a lot of movies. I chose to do television because then I was home based and watching the kids, because I didn't want the children to grow up like a lot of wonderful, famous movie stars. And you wake up one day, you have no husband, you have no children, the kids are on drugs, the kids are drinking. I was there. I was there. And to me, that's the most important thing. And I wouldn't change that for anything. But I did everything I wanted to do. I'd like to do a little bit more. Sure, it'd be fun. You know, but it's just icing on the cake, because I've done theater, I've done stage, I've done movies, I've done radio, everything. You name it, television, I've done it all, and now in the recording. So I've touched all the bases of the artistry that I love and I enjoy.
This project is called 50 for Women Ain't What It Used to Be. And of course, we know you're not 50. You're not even close to it. But you have an interesting situation. First, I want to ask you, are you fulfilled doing makeup as opposed to acting?
Yes.
You are?
Yeah. Absolutely. It's been a wonderful, just a freeing experience for me, and I was scared to make that leap, but once I did, it's awesome.
So was it hard, though, originally, for you to move into this part of the business? Because we all know that you are the daughter of a very famous icon in Hollywood, Clint Eastwood, and would you tell us what your experience has been? I mean, did you go for the acting first?
Yes, I did. 17 years. I went for 17 years off and on in the business, and just got tired of the rejection in Hollywood and auditioning, and just just kind of spinning my wheels, working for free, doing a lot of B-budget things. Just the name didn't really, the name would open doors for me, but it didn't mean anything. I love acting and it's my passion, but I sometimes wondered if I was doing it for my family and everybody else. And I just, when I decided to go into makeup, it's just something that I really wanted to do and thought about over the years, and I just had to make that change for myself. And it's been it's almost a religious experience. It's been so freeing for me. So I was always concerned about keeping myself, that image for Hollywood, and it's hard enough for women to be in film anyways.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And if they are, the industry almost dictates that they stay a teenager, and we know no one can do that.
Yeah.
I need it. You're the only one who does it the way I like it. You're the king.
Elise, if I give you any more collagen, your lips are going to look like they got stuck in a pool drain.
Morris, I haven't worked in 18 months, and I have a meeting with the director for a part that I would kill for. I have to look sexy.
Elise, you are sexy. Look at yourself. You're incredible. You're my masterpiece. There's not one line on your face.
Oh, really? Well, what do you call that? And these? What are these?
Well, wait,
huh?
You're 45. If I give you one more facelift, you're going to be able to blink your lips. I mean, don't you want to be able to play parts your own age?
My own age? No. You don't understand. There are only 3 ages for women in Hollywood. Babe, district attorney, and driving Miss Daisy. And right now, I want to be young.
Good morning, Ms. Rose.
It is so nice to have you as a part of our project today. You look so pretty.
Thank you.
First, tell us, what's your job here at AFTRA?
I am the Director of Commercials, Promos, and Non-Broadcast here at AFTRA. I've been here for 17 years.
Okay, and would you just give us maybe just a short POV of the work that you do and how you have watched the growth where women are concerned as opposed to men, and how much you enjoy your job, and if you find yourself in a competitive situation?
Well, as far as my job is concerned, I have seen a growth over the past 17 years. When I first started, it was basically a male-dominated arena, particularly in the areas of voiceover announcements and even production. Over the past, I would say, 6 years or so, there's been an influx of women producers, more women voiceover announcers, where they are now in competition with what used to be the male-dominated arena. And even for me, from the administrative standpoint, there has been growth on the administrative side. You see a lot more women executives at the networks and at the advertising agencies now, and the women are now calling the shots, whereas, you know, years ago, the husband called the shots, and the women were at home raising the kids. Now, we are not only raising the kids, we're bringing home the bacon, we're sharing and cooking the bacon, we are doing it for ourselves. It's promising. I think that what we as women have to do is we have to do more along the veins of Oprah Winfrey, start our own production companies and get our own projects out there.
Rebecca, let's talk to you now. How do you feel being made up by one of Hollywood's icon actors' daughters?
I think it was very cool. I think Kimber's a beautiful person inside and out, and whether she was Clint Eastwood's daughter or not, be the same way. So.
You look great.
Thank you.
As a woman, how do you feel about the attitude of Hollywood when it comes to women who are no longer considered as sexy leads? How do you feel about that?
Well, you know, unfortunately, it's sad because older men can be sexy up until, heck, probably their 80s. But the image of a woman to try to portray that is different. And it's just unfortunate that society has that view. I think that a lot of women are overcoming it, though. I think that Jessica Lange and Michelle Pfeiffer and Sharon Stone, as beautiful as they are aging beautifully. And I think they're kind of showing Hollywood that they can still go on and do a beautiful job.
Good afternoon, Zara. How are you today?
How are you, my friend Raza?
Well, it's wonderful to have you as a participant of my senior project and thesis, and to come to the Writers Guild where you are here making it happen. Zara, you're one of the most interesting women, and especially women of color, in this city. And in other places, people know you for your work with the Writers Guild. I know that there is a Writers Guild East, but it appears that the Writers Guild West carries the ball. And there are those of us who believe it's because of you. Share with us, you know, some of your thoughts and your experiences regarding women working in a capacity such as yours, or the industry overall as writers.
This is a very difficult business, no matter how you cut it. Whoever is involved in it, whether you are a performer or a writer or director, you know that the jobs are few and far between. They are sort of an ever-diminishing commodity, but yet there are more and more people competing for the same spots, regardless of color. Women in this business, women writers and women writers of color have made a very difficult career choice. First of all, the agents and you must have an agent to get work, are not looking for you if you're a woman or if you're of color, because they can't really sell you. It's a really difficult job to sell a woman writer of color to a show like Friends, for instance. A little story I'd like to tell you about one of our women writers who had written a spec script that got the attention of, and I won't name the show, but it was a very popular show about 5 years ago. And it was about, well, I won't tell you what's about, then you'll know the show. But in any event, it was a man's kind of show, a lot of action. And she had written this terrific script and sent it in, but her name was not a feminine sounding name. Well, she sent the script in, she got a lot of attention. They sent for her, they flew her in to meet with the producers. And when she walked in, she said the room froze. Their mouths just fell open. They couldn't believe it was a little diminutive black woman, you know, coming through the door who had written this phenomenally moving and action-packed script. And that was the end of the interim. I'll tell you that it is a very difficult proposition when you can't even go in and pitch as an older writer. You have to bring in a younger writer with you. Very often this is what older women writers do. You know, they'll bring in a younger writer, a man, preferably someone who's younger, who will do the actual talking, even though the older writer may have done most of, if not all of the writing. They can't go in a meeting and talk because they won't be able to sell it in the same way that a younger writer will. And I don't know how to change that. Although we've been chipping away at it for years, there have been lawsuits that have not particularly been successful, but I wouldn't discourage those from filing lawsuits who want to, because you do get publicity out of it. You do bring attention to the issue.
Yes.
And in our business, that embarrassment factor is important, because image is everything.
Yes, it is.
And the studios don't want to have a negative image with respect to the issue of diversity.
So share with us and with other women as to how you've been able to manage all of that.
Well,
in
you know,
harmony.
you sort of have to be a superwoman. You know that. You do. You have to be able to do everything, do it all. You know, when I look back on it, I don't know how I had the energy to do it all.
Yes.
The last 3 years, as you know, I have been diagnosed with a disease.
Yes.
Scleroderma.
And still running hard.
I'm still going. I got
Yes,
my
right.
scooter and my little wheelchair. I got my oxygen. I just came back from a trip to London and Paris.
Yes.
Wouldn't you know?
Yes, I got to find out what they're doing over there.
And it's that same spirit, you know. Nothing stops you. God gives you what you need to get through every day.
Yes,
and you just do it.
That was wonderful, wasn't it? Thank you for joining us. And women, what can I say? Women are wonderful, no matter what age. Good night.
Woman, how great thou art. The hand that rocks the cradle is the hand that rules the world. Blessings on the hand of women. Angels guard its strength and grace. In the palace, cottage, hovel, oh, no matter where the place, wit that never storms assail it, rainbows ever gently curled. For the hand that rocks the cradle is the hand that rules the world. Mothers first to guide the streamlets, from them souls unresting grow. Woman, how divine your mission, here upon our natal sod. Keep, oh keep the young heart open, always to the breath of God.